Hey guys, how are y'all doing this evening? I didn't give any warning tonight that I was going on, so kind of just chat for a little bit and give some people some time to get on. But kind of what I wanted to do tonight was, it seems that pretty much every time I post something where I've used jicama in a recipe, whether like yesterday I posted the bunless burger with the jicama fries, or the jicama chili cheese fries, or I used jicama for hash browns, I always get questions about how do you prep the jicama. So I thought tonight what I would do is I would just get on and just show you how I prep the jicama. So we got anybody on yet watching us? So just kind of wait just a few minutes and see if a couple of people hop on, and then obviously anybody can watch it later, but in case people had questions while I was doing it. So I guess first, just for some of you that might not know, just what is a jicama. And so this is jicama. I don't know that it's actual what it is, but I kind of call it a Mexican potato. It is a root vegetable. When you're picking out a jicama at the store, you need to pick it up and it needs to feel heavy. You need to kind of push on it. It needs to have no soft spots. Anything that has give to it, you don't want to choose that one. So just kind of look at it. It's going to be bumpy and lumpy, and that's okay. Just make sure it doesn't have any soft spots that might show that it's starting to rot. And then, like I said, it needs to feel heavy in your hand. So anybody joining us yet? Not yet? All right, so we're going to go on, and let me know if somebody comes on, and we'll kind of do a recap. But so the first thing that I do when I'm going to work with the jicama, you're going to do it a lot like you would just a potato in a lot of ways, but jicama is tough. So if you've ever worked with a sweet potato and how much harder a sweet potato is than a regular russet potato, it's going to be the same thing with the jicama. It's a little bit tougher even than a sweet potato. So you need a good knife, one that you don't want a paring knife, you don't want a small knife, you want a good knife. So the first thing that I do is I'm going to cut off each of the ends, like so. Just get that off of there. And then I just peel it, just round and around. And the peel, the only way I know to describe it is woodsy. So it's just kind of got some fibers. So it's thicker than a regular potato skin. So you're going to want to be sure and get all of that fiber off. I'm just going to see if I just get a little bit of it off and leave. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but there's fibers running through here. And so you want to make sure you get all of those fibers. It might be easier to obviously see in person, but you just want to make sure you get all of that tough, fibrous peel off. And I just go round and round until I get it off. And again, it's tougher than a potato, so kind of be prepared to put a little muscle into it. Get all of that off. And then I'm going to go back around, and I've seen some places where I've left a little bit of that fiber. And so I'm just going to check it. Got some flying on me here. Where I've left it and hadn't gotten quite all of that off. So just checking to make sure I got that all off, and just throw my trash over there. And then what I do then is I cut it in half. So you'll see it's a little tough. I'm having to work with it. And then I just put the cut side down, like so, and I cut it into slices. And you want them to be fairly thin. When you go to cook this, if they're very thick, you're not going to get, well, first it's going to take a longer time for it to cook, and then you're also not going to be able to get that brown on it, which which I think is a lot of what people see with mine, and they question, how do I get that brown on my fries? And it's because I cut them thin, and so that way they cook more evenly in the oven. And so then I just take my slices and cut into sticks, like so. And again, I've got a good sharp knife, so it's working pretty easily for me. Just make sure that you do, and just kind of cut it into sticks like so. And then separate it all, and I'll go back and do the rest of that in a few minutes. But I like to put mine in a bowl to season it. I feel like the seasoning and the olive oil gets on it more evenly, which again will help it cook more evenly in the oven. So I just drizzle with some olive oil, I don't know, probably a couple of teaspoons or so. And then you can season this with anything. It would depend on what I was going to be eating it with, how I would season it. So let's say that I was going to make a Greek burger and I was going to use feta cheese and some Kalamata olives. I would season my fries with Greek seasoning. If I'm going to do the chili cheese fries and something along those lines, I'm addicted to Julio seasoning. But just any kind of taco seasoning or whatever. Or you can use Creole seasoning, Italian seasoning, or tonight I'm kind of doing plain. I'm just going to do plain salt and pepper tonight. So.
You left the best one off.
Oh, the Lowry's, yeah, that's Dee's favorite, the Lowry's. So, we got anybody on yet?
No.
Not yet? Okay. So, and then the best kitchen tools you own are your hands. And so.
Sandy Castor.
Oh, hey Sandy, how are you doing tonight? Showing how to prep jicama. So just got it cut into some sticks here, and you'll see, I see here I have one that I feel like is too thick. So I'm just going to take that out and cut it in half. Again, I want these to be fairly thin so that they cook up and I can get them crispy in the oven. So I have my oven set at 425, and then you're just going to dump them out onto your sheet pan. And you want to make sure that they are not on top of each other, that it is one single layer. Again, to get that brown and that crisp, which is what people are always asking me how I do that. You just want to make sure that it's a single layer. You'll put this in the oven, bake it for, you'll bake it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Toss it, put it back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes until they're just that golden brown. And so I hope that...
How hot?
Huh?
How hot?
425. Preheated to 425. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I have not had a French fried potato in probably 2.5 years. This is what I make and what we eat. If you haven't used it, it has just a little bit of a sweet flavor to it, and I really prefer it to regular French fries, quite honestly. So I hope you will try some jicama, try it, and I'd love to know how you do and how yours turns out. So if you have questions, just put them in the comments and I will answer them later. And that's about it. So hope y'all have a good evening and y'all stay warm. Oh, got a question?
Christy Barnett's.
Oh, Christy.
Chicken.
All right. Hey, Christy. So yeah, any questions that y'all have, just stick it in the comments and I will answer them later. See y'all soon. Bye.